Hey, everybody. It is Thursday. It's Thursday. It's Rumor and Innuendo. I'm Dominic D'Angelo of AdFreeShows.com, SEScoops.com, and, oh, man, OneTrueSportTV.com. I hope that clap didn't hurt Robert's ears because he is with me, Robert Karpelis, WE Creative _ish, and we got to talk the Dynamite and some lawsuit stuff. Wow.
Do we have to talk the Dynamite? We do have to talk the Dynamite. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. I've got my sticker. I voted this morning. That
You put
was
it early.
it's Florida. I'm going to vote early because I don't know. There's a hurricane that's going to come through at some point that may just wipe everything out. But it was cool. It was touchscreen voting. It took a few seconds. Couldn't have been easier. Couldn't be easier for you guys to join and catch us here on a plethora of platforms. And I know what you're wondering. Hey, where are the shout outs to Joseph Wade Walters, Johnny Disco, Alt Jake, and the like? We are recording this slightly earlier on Thursday, so we are live to tape. Like next week's SmackDown, which they're going to be recording this week. They're doing 2 weeks of SmackDown at the Barclays Center because next week they're going to be in Saudi Arabia. So if you haven't seen it, this is new to you. Appreciate you guys tuning in live or otherwise. Dom, I'm begging you, please don't wear that hat.
Uh-oh. Robert, if you want to say all that again, go right ahead because we didn't hear any of it.
What do you mean you didn't hear any of it?
You were laggy. Uh-oh.
Oh, how am I laggy? It's showing
I didn't hear any of it. You got laggy.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I don't know. It was like, I can. Well, yeah, we're pre-taped.
We're pre-taped and it still doesn't work. That's amazing.
Yeah. So, but yes, Robert, let's talk the Dynamite, huh? Let's talk a little bit of Dynamite.
Good Lord. All right. Yeah, let's talk the Dynamite.
You want to do that? I don't have it in chronological order. I still have just the preview, but we kicked off with...
I have it in chronological order. I did my job, Dom.
Oh, jeez.
I write my notes. Oh, damn it. Anyway, so the through line for this episode of The Dynamite was the impending arrival of the Blackpool Combat Club.
Yes. Everybody's waiting outside.
I like the idea that it's everybody against these guys. That's sort of the message, the mentality, the idea that you need to have to sell this sort of angle. Usually it works better when they're outsiders. These guys are obviously not outsiders, or it works better when they're the dastardly authority figures. These guys are not the dastardly authority figures. They're just dudes on the roster who drive a truck.
Yes.
One truck.
They hang out in the desert. They hang out in the desert too.
They do hang out in the desert. So there's that, which seems neat. But it's a lot of the goofs that were there, the lower card guys, your Dark Order and whatnot out there. Satnam Singh, nice to see he was used for a moment.
Yes.
But yeah, we got this feeling of, hey, we're all coming together to stop these guys, including that damn Jeff Jarrett.
He's the one you got to watch out for.
The guy you got to watch out for is Hangman Adam Page. Hangman Page comes out for an interview, and you're still trying to tell this Jay White story, which I appreciate. The Colton Gunn comes out to attack Hangman because I guess he put his brother Austin Gunn on the shelf. And then we got, my note says White Juice, which is just funny to read that. I don't know what. Yeah, that's not a sponsor.
That sounds really. Is that a Blue Chew segue there?
That is not a. Stop it. That is not a white. No, White Juice is not a Blue Chew sponsor. But man, it is hard to think of a better segue. So, our sponsor, our next announcer, needs no introduction. You've seen the ads. You've heard us talk about it a million times, and I bet there's a big part of you, pun intended, that wants to try it. What am I talking about? Blue Chew. That's right. This isn't your grandpa's blue pill. This is the one, the OG chewable tablet for better sex. Blue Chew is a unique online service. It delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but at a fraction of the cost and in chewable form. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. The best part, it's all done online. No visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. Blue Chew wants you to have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com and make sure that when your Hangman's White Juice is there, you're ready to go. Because Blue Chew wants the entire country rock hard. They told me that's the mission. They will not stop until every man is bricked up like a brick house, till every tent is pitched, till every rod is raised. Discover your options at BlueChew.com, and we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code RUMOR at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code RUMOR, to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this White Juice edition of Rumor and Innuendo. Yep, Jay White and Juice Robinson come out. Jay White attacks Hangman Adam Page. He cuts a promo after about how, hey, man, you can't beat me. You've never beat me. And by Jove, we might actually get a solid feud out of these guys, Dom.
Yeah, good setup to all that stuff. I even like the little fact that like they didn't like dispose, like Colton Gunn wasn't like put down, basically. He was still an element in the factor that, so it's not like they buried anybody through this. You have these elements of Hangman being the loose cannon wild person that he's going after, and like, is he gonna cause chaos for his own self when it comes to this? It's a lot of good setup for what we got going. And I like these two together. I think they're going to pair very well, and I think this will elevate Jay White to a position that he's supposed to be at for since he got here, and then continue to elevate Hangman Page's story too, and tell that. So I'm all for this one, Robert.
I like the elevation. The only thing they need to be a little careful of in the future is it is still 4-on-1.
Yes.
So when you're trying to tell that story that Hangman is this dastardly heel, he is still outnumbered and still somewhat holding his own.
I would, yeah. So to that point, it would be kind of neat for a story where one by one, Hangman takes out Juice, takes out Colton, and he already took out Austin. So then it just leaves Jay White to fend for himself. I would think that would be kind of a neat little story too.
Sure. Next up, we got Sammy Guevara and Shelton Benjamin in a one-on-one match. Damn.
Yeah, right? Shelton's like, this is a whole new level of Shelton, like where it's, you think about when a player goes to a different team, how that can completely change the dynamic of that player and stuff like that. And I think this is a good analogy for Shelton Benjamin here in AEW. He's getting to really showcase his hard-hitting ability. The announcers do a very good job at giving him added credibility, even though he's already had it. I think it's just he feels like a bigger deal in AEW than he does in WWE.
I agree. This is the Shelton Benjamin I was pushing for, would have liked to have seen back in 2005. And here we're getting it now in 2024. He was physical. He was dominant. He was agile. It's clear that he was just wrong time, wrong place, wrong time when he was there for a while. WWE was focused a lot on character, a lot on promo. Guys didn't have managers back then. And the folks who could go in the ring with Shelton Benjamin during that era was somewhat limited. That's why you got that great Shawn Michaels match with Shelton Benjamin, but you weren't going to get the same thing with a Chris Masters or a Rene Dupree. So you're pairing him with guys who know how to work with him. This match meant a lot to Sammy Guevara, and this was a proving ground situation for Sammy to show that he can handle being put in this sort of situation. No boo-boo face, no recklessness, no injury. Both of them understood the mission, and I think they accomplished it beautifully.
Yeah, I think it was really well done. And yes, the dynamic between MVP and Shelton's really good. Yesterday I was kind of questioning, are they positioning Sammy? Are they settling on Sammy? Is this where he's going to be? But it appears that there's probably going to be more to come. They still have promise in him and thought to move him forward as well with the little video package that they did earlier on. So good for both guys.
Nice use of the video package, by the way. Made it feel a little bigger than it would have otherwise, though it is worth pointing out that we already knew we're getting Shelton and Swerve next week, so the outcome here was not really in question.
No, it wasn't. But yeah, definitely further what we were expecting is Shelton, I guess, too.
So kind of feels like next week we know what the trick and treat will be.
Yes.
The monster behind the door. That'll be exciting. We saw a monstrous promo from Kyle Fletcher.
Yes. Both in length and in pizzazz, if you will, Robert.
Kyle Fletcher stealing your gimmick, dude.
He is.
Most prominent bald man in wrestling. So,
yeah, give me your thoughts on this.
I'm thinking. Kyle Fletcher had the right amount of fervor, the right amount of heat, the right amount of passion when he was talking.
Yes.
That's important. He had the right narrative. The idea of, I came here and was told I was going to be the next big thing until you, Will Ospreay, came here. And then I kept getting told I'm going to be the next Will Ospreay. To hell with that. I'm my own man. And the way that I'm going to do that is by stealing your playbook, doing what you did to Okada, doing what you did to Kenny Omega. And further, I don't like that my hair looks like yours. I'm going to shave my head.
Like Dominic.
The challenge was the promo went 4.5 hours long.
Yeah.
It was a filibuster.
Yeah.
To the point where the crowd was chanting, wrap it up. He handled that moment nicely. But yes, there are some talent you can give bullet points to. There is some talent you need to script every word. And there's some talent where you give them a hybrid. I think Kyle Fletcher could benefit from a hybrid, and it's not his fault. This is not a guy who's used to cutting long promos on his own, where he's had extensive opportunity, because cutting a promo for TV, hell of a lot different than when you're on the indies and you're cutting a promo in a live arena.
Right.
So there you can kind of feed off the crowd. Who cares? Like, here, you got to hit your time cues. You got to get your point, get in and get out. And this did go a little lengthy. They can chop this up. At the end of the day, you got the visual. You got him shaving his head. That's really all that matters. He explained why he did what he did, and now we get to move on.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, definitely long in the tooth. But to what you were saying, too, he hit the key points of what he wanted to say and got furthered the he's got a good presence, man. It's just like he's still young, and it's just but man, that physique and his ability to kind of convey that conviction is very good already. So a lot of promise in Mr. Kyle Fletcher.
Been a big Kyle Fletcher guy for a while since I first saw him, and was like, oh, that guy can go. He's got a great look. He's got height. He's someone they can absolutely mold. And he is an opportunity for AEW to do the most important thing, which is show that they can take a young talent that people are not really familiar with and make them a top tier main event star.
Absolutely. And welcome to the ball club, Kyle. You're a new member.
See, this would be a great time if we had some sort of hair restoration sponsor.
We don't. Well, we don't.
We need one. Dave Green, we need one. Get on this. Brian Cage and Lance Archer, who both have interesting heads of hair, took on two barbarian jobbers. That's literally what my notes said. I did not even go back to figure out what their names were. One of them looked a little bit like the Missing Link, which was kind of cool. Look, that if you're gonna build this tag team, which I love these guys together. I love them with something to do. They are physically imposing. They look great. They were doing powerful tag team moves. Yes, you feed jobbers to them. Yes, you feed big jobbers to them. Like this. Big fan of this situation, Dom. Because when you feed them tiny little Dominic D'Angelo size guys, I'm assuming you may be 6'5" for all I know.
You don't know yet.
We'll find out in Vegas.
Yes.
But for all I know, like, when you put them against tiny little guys, the crowd is going to respond full baby face. They're going to want to see you toss around little tiny guys. That was the problem they've had with Ryback, with a bunch of guys in the past. When it's other big, formidable folks, it's an awe-inspiring sight. And that's why they went ahead and did what they did. And I like that. I like the decision. What do you think of this duo, Dom?
I love it. I think there's from what they followed up from last week, where you saw all those guys of the Callis family in the ring, and they all are massive and big. And then you boom, you show their presence and ability in the ring against other big dudes. It's definitely a continuation of who they are, and then you're establishing a new legitimate looking tag team in Lance Archer and Brian Cage. So I'm all for that. It gives them a direction, and I think they really need to hone in on directions in AEW. So this is good stuff.
The Welcome Crew are shown again in the back, and we get Chuck Taylor, who's now a producer, something we've
Didn't
never
know that?
established
I didn't
before.
know that.
But hey, he's Schrodinger's producer. I'm sorry, no, he's Chekhov's producer, not Schrodinger's producer. I mixed up my thing. So yes, he's Chekhov's producer. He shows up to go grab Mark Briscoe for his match, and then has a confrontation with Orange Cassidy, where he's like, "Hey man, you gotta step up." So I guess we're treating Orange Cassidy as the Sting in this situation. Are we gonna get Crow Orange Cassidy?
What would that be? Would he paint? Oh man, I don't even want to say that. Would you paint his face orange?
No. You know what he does? You know what he does, Tom?
What's he do? Oh, that's it.
Thumb down. Thumbs down.
Thumbs
That's what
down.
we're going to start getting, man. We're going to get thumbs down Orange Cassidy. He's going to be orange concentrate. He's going to be ice cold. He's going to be bitter. It's going to be wonderful.
I like it.
You get Mark Briscoe versus Chris Jericho in a ladder war. I had said going into this, hey, they're going to fall off ladders. We'll see some blood. We'll see some big spots. What do you think of this match, Tom?
I liked it. I think little chaotic at certain points, obviously, but that's kind of the vibe of the whole match in Mark Briscoe and stuff like that. So I really liked the ending, to be honest. I think Brian Keith coming out and Mark Briscoe fending him off, and then we had Rocky Romero come in, but then at the end of it, you had Big Bill come in and wreak havoc, chokeslam Mark in a huge spot through the table, and then it's not Jericho climbing the ladder; it's Big Bill throwing him on his shoulder, climbing up for Jericho to help reach the belt. So it was all Big Bill's doing. So I think what this does, Robert, is it sets them up to like, hey, at some point, Mark Briscoe will get his comeuppance against Jericho again, probably get the title back, and then you further this tension. You can further tension between Big Bill and Jericho, and start positioning Big Bill in a really big way.
So a couple of tweaks on this that I would have liked to have seen.
Mm-hmm.
You're setting up that everybody's outside waiting for the dastardly pickup truck of doom.
Yes.
When Briscoe was coming into the ring, he went to the ring with Kyle Fletcher. It should have been established that Briscoe told the conglomeration, no, it's more important you guys stay out here.
Yeah.
So that it's one man against Chris Jericho. So
Good
when
point.
there is the interference, you're like, the only reason these guys are getting away with this is because Kyle Fletcher and Orange Cassidy and Rocky Romero are all preoccupied outside. That's why Mark Briscoe is a one-man army in there, and that's why Jericho took advantage of the Jon Moxley distraction. That would have been a stronger decision instead of Jericho essentially did win clean. There's no disqualifications in a ladder match. He outsmarted him. He used the learning tree. Fine. It also boggles the mind that if Ishii was there, why did he wait until after Jericho wins to go out there? If you really wanted to get revenge on Chris, wouldn't step one of the Underpants Gnome plan that you were unveiling here be, I want to cost him the Ring of Honor world title?
That would make sense. Yeah, that would make sense.
But, again, we're trying to use logic, and in a logical situation, it's fine. Speaking of logic in an illogical situation, Adam Cole, baby. Wow, you did that really well. That was disturbing.
Hey, us short guys can do that. Boom.
Don't body shame. Adam Cole was 7 foot tall. Him and Big Bill.
Yes.
They're right there. The nice thing about Adam Cole and his odd body shape, or anybody's body shape, is that they're going to look damn good if they're wearing True Classic t-shirts.
That's right, Robert.
I'm rocking my True Classic shirt right now. I got shirts, pants. I got the whole thing. I've had True Classic in the closet for quite a while now. It's been in my regular rotation. When I record this show, usually I'm wearing one of my wrestling shirts available at ProWrestlingTees.com, but that's beside the point. Otherwise, when I'm going on to Zoom business meetings at work, from going out to restaurants, going out to dinner, going out to theater shows, whatever it is, True Classic shirt is a versatile shirt. It looks good. Best of all, guys, it is inexpensive for the quality of what you are getting. Sometimes I'll go to, Saks at the mall, and it's like a black T-shirt is $195.
Crazy.
That is a shoot, by the way. Unfortunately, and you go and you look at True Classic, it's the same quality. In some instances, it is better quality than what you're getting elsewhere. It's fitted, and it's fitted in a way that, as a gentleman who I'm not going to the gym as much as I should be, especially as we're getting into the holiday season, it's going to fit and sculpt your body in such a way that it's going to complement what it is that you want it to complement, and it's going to hide some of those things that you don't want it to complement. I'm not saying it's necessarily shapewear, but guys, you're going to look better in these shirts than you've looked in anything else you've ever worn. And for those of us that are wrestling fans, some of y'all rocking, 4X wrestling shirts, you know what it is that you want to look good. Conrad would look good in these shirts. That's how amazing True Classic shirts are. And we're going into fall. Most of you throughout the country are going to experience what's called seasons. You've got cold weather, warm weather. You're going to need versatility. You're going to need T-shirts, long sleeve shirts, hoodies, jeans. These guys got everything for you because fall is here. It's time to step up your game. Right now, you can unlock big savings when you bundle packs. Go to our link, trueclassic.com/rumor to save. That's trueclassic.com/rumor. Shop now and elevate your wardrobe today. You guys are going to kill it wearing those. I know Dom loves it. I love it. I'm literally going. The reason why I'm recording early is I'm going to a business meeting right after this, and I'm going to that business meeting wearing my True Classic shirt. Please don't ever do that gesture again, Dom. It was unnerving. It's very unnerving.
Yeah, I'm unnerving, but you know what? You know what settles the nerves is the True Classic. That look, that feel. I put it. I talked to Robert after the show yesterday. Unboxed it, put the shirt on, fit me great, just right out of the bag. It was.
I do want to clarify. When he put the shirt on, he didn't. That was not on the video.
Oh, we didn't. Yeah, we didn't do it.
I don't even. Nobody's got to see that. Maybe that's a Patreon exclusive for his only wrestlers account. But that ain't what we're doing here.
Maybe in Vegas, Robert. It stays in Vegas, though.
There are people you don't need to see their shirts off, including Adam Cole.
Oh,
and so Roderick Strong and the Kingdom come out, and this promo was like watching someone do a gymnastics routine. There were so many precision flips and jumps to hit and nail, and I don't know that they were entirely successful. I don't know what the East German judge was going to give this, but from what I understand, Adam Cole wants to beat up MJF. Roderick Strong and the Undisputed Kingdom come out to say, hey, we formed this group, but not simply to beat up MJF. We formed this group to accomplish goals here, and that goal was to beat up MJF. Okay. Then there was Max on the screen getting a massage. This felt like a promo I would have written for him, and that's why I think I love this so much.
Do you liked it? You liked it?
Oh, I loved it. The double entendre of happy endings and all of that, absolutely beautiful. But we're now getting the thing that AEW likes to do, which is these gauntlet-style challenges. But it's not just one gauntlet, Dom. Oh, no. Boom. We're getting two. So the idea is the first person between Roderick Strong and Adam Cole, who both won a match with MJF, to get 3 wins in a row unlocks the opportunity to wrestle Max at Full Gear, who conveniently is like, just for my safety, I'm not going to show up till Full Gear. Bless his heart. That's wonderful. Dom, you're a genius. Who do you think the last match is going to be?
Boy, oh my gosh. Let's see here. Wardlow?
God damn it, Dom. Let me try this again. Adam Cole will win his first 2 matches. Roderick Strong will win his first 2 matches. And then the final match to break the tie.
Roderick Strong and Adam Cole.
Look at you. So Max is like this twisted, like Jigsaw from Saw. Yeah. Look at that. It's fine. It's a story. It's a way to advance this without Max actually being there, since he's off filming Happy Gilmore 2.
That's awesome, by the way.
Which is it's the coolest thing. Very happy for him. Very happy for well, eventually I guess we'll get Adam Cole versus Max at the pay-per-view.
Versus Adam Sandler.
No, the Sandman's too big for our friends here at AEW. Speaking of folks who were too big, the House of Black were too big against 3 random jobbers, 3 journeyman workers.
Carpenters.
You show respect to all those that step into the ring. We don't want to besmirch any jobbers, but enough about your Greg Gagne podcast.
You.
House of Black, hey, made it on TV, which is great. They
Uh-huh.
beat these J-Brones pretty quickly, which is what you want to see. And then obviously, Buddy's gonna challenge Adam Cole.
Yeah.
There's the dream match we've been waiting for. I guess Buddy's jealous that Adam Cole figured out how to get out of a relationship with a wrestler. I don't understand the point of it, but Adam Cole and Buddy should be a hell of a match.
Robert, did you kind of think that was what they were going to use in a certain way to tell, why do you want to face me? It almost felt like there was going to be like, hey,
No.
let's do this inside. Okay, I was.
They can't. No, you have to stop referencing every single thing that happened in another company. I know MVP did it with Ricochet earlier, which was fine because they had been together in more than one company.
Yes.
They'd been together in WWE and the company whose name we don't say on this program.
Oh.
But I was happy to see how Ricochet did some work for MLP.
Yes.
Pro Wrestling. Yes. It's great to see an ML promotion we can support here on Rumor. And Innuendo, I'm getting Dom in so much trouble, and I'm happy about it. Someone who was in trouble was Queen Aminata, who took on Camille.
Yes. Look, Robert, I get that we talked about this. It's like they reversed the story of what they should have been doing. It's like, okay, she's facing Camille when she should have faced Camille before facing Mercedes Moné. And then it just establishes a win for Camille to get to Chris Statlander. But I really like Queen Aminata and the work that she does. And it's just, I don't know. It's like, I understand kind of, I guess, what they're getting. But
on the plus side, someone didn't lose when challenging for a title and then vanish into a black hole.
That's fair.
So there is that. She did not get Serena deebed.
That is true. You
want her to get deebed down. Speaking of what, no, I'm kidding. That's not a blue shoe segue. I swear, I promise. We get a Christian segment where Hook's like, that guy in the ring's the guy who messed up my paw. And the long and short of it is Kip Sabian is now trying to join up with Christian. Yikes. Private Party. I'm interest of time. We're pushing forward.
Yeah.
Private Party and Danny Garcia take on the Young Bucks and Jungle Boy Jack Perry. I had hypothesized that this was going to be the segment with which we were going to see the Blackpool Combat Club. We did get it eventually, but they decided to tell every story imaginable in one segment. Yeah. We saw that on Raw. Now we're seeing it here. So Private Party gets the pin. I want to say it was Isaiah that got the pin on Matt Jackson. And now you're like, oh, Private Party has beat the Young Bucks. They cut a promo. We want to face you guys. In fact, if we lose, we will never be a team again. Which Stokely had thrown out there last week, trying to tell Isaiah, like, hey, you guys should split, and you're really the star of the duo. And now you're watching this going, oh, did he accept this challenge because he wants to win the tag titles or because he knows he has a backup plan? And then fear not, the Blackpool Combat Club come out. They attack these guys who all vanish immediately from being attacked. And then Chuck Taylor, long-established backstage presence, Chuck Taylor, erstwhile veteran producer. I can't remember a Dynamite where you didn't see Chucky T
working hard.
Leaves. He gets beat up. They're going to go break his ankle, and they decide, nah, we're going to break his neck. And then after they do that, Orange Cassidy runs in for the late save.
Yep. Robert, the big takeaway of this, do you think the Blackpool Combat Club are wearing True Classic tees?
No. True Classic is only for upstanding members of society, not those damn Blackpool Combat Club and those flimsy white T-shirts. Maybe if they had proper fitting shirts, they wouldn't be so mad.
That's a good point.
TrueClassic.com/rumor. So yeah, that was the Dynamite. I know we are short on time. There is another story to get to, which is this lawsuit. You wanna tee it up?
Well, we should probably hold off, Robert, because I have to, since this is pre-taped, I have to download this episode, then upload it again, and then publish it.
Well, here's the other part of that. Myself and Scott Chaplin, who do Working Stiff, we're going to be recording on Friday morning. Scotty's still on the road doing his comedy tour with Luis Gomez. He just got to Baltimore right now, so we're going to have to record tomorrow morning. He and I are going to go in depth on the Vince lawsuit, as well as we're going to talk more about that Rolling Stone article about what it was writing at WWE, and then he and I will talk all things Dynamite, WWE, and WrestleMania, since the tickets went on sale yesterday and there's a bunch of pricing controversies. So Working Stiff will be up tomorrow. Don't blame Dom if it's not up first thing in the morning. We're recording it in the morning. Don't blame Dom if this episode gets messed up, because we don't typically do this. But we will be back tomorrow, as we are every day, Monday through Friday, live, except for today, live tape, noon Eastern, on a plethora of platforms, including the WW Creative_ish X account, the SE Scoops X account, and on YouTube, on Rumor and Innuendo, Working Stiff, and ad-free shows. Until then, on behalf of the only bald man in wrestling who matters, Dominic D'Angelo, I'm Robert Karpolis. Best of luck in your future endeavors.
I'm not you, Will Ospreay. I'm not you.